twice. And we see. And I think the answer is yes. And chat, we saved it. Congratulations to me. Successful landing. We are here 3 minutes late. So I survived it. I managed to save myself, so we're good to go. I gotta change this stuff around and make sure it looks okay, and it still says view loadout, the Warframe loadout. That's hilarious. So this is good. Let's make sure everything's connected. I know there's one more thing I have to connect, but I think I've learned the secret to being able to actually use the chat, because yeah, now I'm actually logged in, so I can log in as myself in the future for the couch stream. So I'm maxing it out. I figured it. I saved it. Congratulations, chat. You've just stopped by on now one of the weirdest streams I've done. But yeah, we're talking about Wolong. A game that I have played religiously, essentially all off camera for a long time, but it is one of my favorites. I was sad to find out that when I was streaming on my laptop, it was not powerful enough to also run this game, so I did have to turn the settings down to 60 FPS, but chat, I'll be fine. I'll survive. So obviously this is definitely different from what I usually do, but part of why I love this game is because it is a Team Ninja 3D action RPG, JRPG. So it's got a lot of RNG stats. It's got a lot of things to roll. And it's got some base stats, and obviously, you know, the whole point is if you're really invested in the game, you can buy all the DLC, and you'll get access to this, you know, essentially infinite randomizer mode, which is, you know, not quite a roguelike. It has, you know, the permadeath where you have to spend money to continue playing, and then there are missions where it's straight up, you just fail as soon as you die, but for the most part, I've been just sticking with this, so, yeah, I feel like a lot of this game is, I hate to say it, man, I've basically done all these games with cheat engine at the end of it, because you can just give yourself whatever grace you want. Like, you just need the right piece of gear or whatever. It reduces the amount of things that you need to farm, because obviously this whole game is built on, you know, farming the exact piece of gear that you need, you know, that has, you know, the specific type of gear it is. So you can see I have both of my pieces of armor are White Horse General, so you know, it's a heavy armor with good base stats, so I can have some even defenses. So it's like a very manicured setup. There's been some things where I've straight up just edited the abilities. Like, these things you have to roll. So like an actual one would look more like this. Like, this is a pretty decent one. Spirit gain, melee attack damage. But this is Flawless Strategist, so you really want one of these. Flame Defense, and this is you're going to get random drops from whatever you do, so that's a pretty good one. So that's Power Gain upon Deflection. That's a pretty nice one, but you can kind of see that these are going to be awful. Like, farming a good one of these, getting something that's actually decent. So what I have on my accessories, the main thing that I have is Power Gain on HP recovery, which plays into my stratagem, but I'll talk about that more in like the gameplay stuff. But yeah, these stats are like fully just edited, so, you know, unfortunately I've been doing a lot of that, but there's so much RNG and like farming in this that I was like, I'm maybe saving myself too much work, but I was very thankful to be able to save myself. Obviously, chat, I mean, does it make the game easier? Absolutely. Do we love it every single time? Yeah. It's am I cheating? Yeah. Am I using cheat engine? Yeah. Is it really making my life easier? Oh yeah. But you know, you're still farming a little bit of stuff, but like I recently changed up my weapons, so we're gonna talk about the weapons and like the martial arts when we actually play the game. But like, you know, this game has swappable martial arts, which you will unlock in later new game cycles. And you'll have access to these martial soul fragments, so you can kind of move stuff around and you know, get better rolls. And you know, as the weapons get higher level, you'll get access to more martial arts. So I think part of it is that there's a lot of stuff. If you've played Neo, if you played Neo 2, it's still very familiar, but obviously it has the deflect mechanic, and it has these like new unique martial arts, and that's going to play into the gameplay. But most of that stuff I'm going to talk about live. I did want to say part of what makes this game a lot easier is that you can just come over here to your blacksmith, and you can just change whatever the modifiers are. So essentially, whenever you break down a piece of gear, you'll retain some of these modifiers that you can then just apply. And then as your weapons gain more rarity, then you'll unlock these premium. You'll unlock a premium slot, which is like a double buff. You know, you get double the stats for the same slot. So, you know, like I think these, you know, the red triangle, the weird little chevron, I guess you could call it, and like the circle, these are all just like buffs, like passive stat buffs. You can see just like percentage buffs. And then at the bottom, that's what you're looking for. So that like whirly icon, that's a jewel, like that's an actual jewel. So that's like something that you'll have to find on a piece of gear, remove it from that gear, and then you'll retain, you know, I have like 30 of most of these things. So, you know, that's going to be pretty important with these weapons, because I have, in here, I have a base melee damage jewel, and that's something that you have to find in the premium slot from a random piece of gear. So I've farmed a bunch of those now. I think I have like 20 or 30 of them, because you'll just end up with a bunch. This isn't Warframe, sir. Yeah, no, dude, this is what I will say is, like, yeah, this is a 3D action RPG. You could call it a Souls-like. It has similar vibes. I don't think it's the same thing, but there's a very strange spectrum to the Souls-likes for me. But a lot of this is more complicated. It has elemental stats, which you can now see. So like my ring pommel saber is actually getting a pretty decent buff because of my stat spread, and that's important to talk about. But obviously, like, you're at level 500, so this is the max level. And yeah, I have access to all these different elements, and you know, you start to get a little bit of diminishing return, so it's going to benefit you to get your stats up to a certain margin. But important thing over there, max equip load is 93.7. So with the armor that I'm using, it only counts the armor. With the armor that you're using, I can quick roll, essentially. So if I do this, I can dodge roll forever, and it doesn't cost me extra stamina. So it's like, as long as I'm continuously dodging, I can just do it for free. It'll prevent my spirit from recovering, but that's what quick roll is going to offer you. And then the other thing I want you guys to notice is that the elemental defenses are pretty uniform. So you can see it's like a low end of 289, but then it's like 293, and then at the high end it's, you know, 325 and 329. So you have pretty balanced stats. So the nice thing is that I think Earth is strong against water. There's a little 5 phases. I don't know where it shows you the little 5 phases, but obviously, like, water is strong against fire. I think Earth is strong against water. I think, yeah, wood is strong against earth, and metal is strong against wood. And then I think fire is strong against metal. So I think that's the loadout. We'll see live if I can remember that right. Soulframe? No, this is a Team Ninja JRPG, so it's got a lot of random RNG. But the reason that I have high water as well is because I get a lower deflect consumption. So when I'm doing my parry, so your parry is, if you tap the dodge button once, it's a parry, and then if you double tap, then it's a roll. So it essentially forces you to at least tap a little bit slower, and then you can see you can kind of deflect in different directions, and that'll you know, play into how you actually use your deflect. So that's going to be something we're going to talk about in the gameplay. It's 7:12, so I want to move a little bit quicker. The other thing I want to mention is obviously graces, if you played any of these games. So the main one that I use is Lingbao. This one, the actual big benefit is that you can apply a bunch of status effects. But the one you're looking for, if it'll scroll through, is spirit vulnerability on martial art. So that's step number 1. And then obviously you want to come over here. If you press the select button, then you can like read about this. Increases HP damage dealt in proportion to the number of negative effects on each enemy. A maximum, yeah, it's 3. So so basically what you're going for is you want all 3 of the buffing negative effects, and you want them all on martial art. So that's going to play into it. So you can see the Lingbao is giving me spirit vulnerability, and then if you noticed, I have damage amplification. And then the last one that I use is actually on a different grace, which is pretty absurd that it just exists. and this is power drop on martial arts. So this is like reducing their damage, it's increasing the damage they take, and it's increasing the spirit damage they take. So those are like the 3 primary debuffs that you can apply to every enemy just by hitting them with your martial arts. So it's something you're going to be spamming all the time. So this is kind of the harder one because, you know, there is a way to get guaranteed grace drops, but this one, getting this one costs way more. So that's that. I'll kind of cover elements more. I covered the debuffs. I'm also getting the buffs power gain and damage reduction from deflecting, but that's also playing into what I should mention, which is the stratagems. So these I think are like, these have always just been like so strong. This one I think you could probably swap, but this one is while equipped restricts your ability to guard but restores HP upon successful deflection. So this means that whenever I deflect someone, it's going to heal like more HP than probably you would get from any other healing source. So this is also allowing me to proc this ability because I also have I have a wizard spell, which we'll talk about, but these are mostly offensive, but I have this one as a defensive one, which is absorb vitality. So this means that when I hit an enemy, it's also going to heal me. So it's also going to proc it. So now I'm able to proc damage reduction and power gain from both my deflect and from hitting them, as long as I'm not fighting a poison enemy, which is a metal enemy, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that's kind of number one. Staunch Retribution, I think you could remove this. I think you could be fine, but this is while equipped restricts your ability to use spirit attacks but prevents you from staggering when hit by enemies' attacks. So there's a couple I could swap it out. There's I think this one, I don't really know how much I use, but it basically gives you the effect of I think the hammers and the poleaxe have this ability, but yeah, it just allows you to, you can, I don't know, like, because you will lose some spirit from being hit, but you'll also regain the spirit from hitting them. I beat the first boss before they nerf him, dude. Yeah, but like once you get into this game way further, like that boss is a joke. There's bosses like where the first time you fight them, holy shit. And the final boss, I've been thinking about like going in, and because the final boss, you can't, they don't show up in the randomizer, so you never get to fight him. At least I've never seen him. You know, maybe I have really bad odds, but yeah, he has a special arena that like opens up, so he's a fun one to fight. He's like very grandiose. But yeah, I guess that, let me see, what else did I write down? Accessories, yeah, I guess you could cover the Divine Beast as well. So this is just more buffs, power drop on wizardry spell, but I'm mostly taking it for, what is it? Is it spirit damage to enemies with negative effects? So this is based on your morale. So that's a stat that we're going to get into, but that's basically your power level. I got to the monkey dude, but I was playing the shit out of Elden Ring, so I stopped playing, yeah. So this game, a lot of it is built on having pretty decent stats. Like, you want to have some good buffs. And I think in the early game, like if you just want to play through the story, it does make it a lot easier to play through the game because you just need like okay level gear and you can do pretty well. And you just need to like a couple martial arts. And if you get good at using martial arts, then that's kind of all you need because you're going to buff that. And there's a couple spells that you can use that will make you pretty strong. So I'm going to show off, most of these spells are offensive that I use to proc specific elements. That's kind of the only way that I use them, but yeah, that's just another buff. And then this is going to give you a buff based on your power level. So, you know, it's going to reward someone who's playing really well, and it's going to punish someone who plays even a little poorly, because what's going to happen is anytime I get hit by a glowing red ability, you know, think of it as like an ability or a martial art, whatever it is on whatever enemy or boss, that's going to deplete my power level. You know, straight up Goku, you know, he's hitting me for a huge amount of damage. Have you played For Honor? I played a little bit of it. Bro, I cannot, unfortunately, I cannot keep up with the people who play For Honor. I much prefer PvE games for this reason, that, you know, it's a little bit more up to you, and it ends up being pretty chill. So you'll see it. Divine Beast, I think I pretty much covered it. Like I love the jewel system. I think that's what I could say. It's like, if you're not looking to like do the full end game stuff and like get all the most OP gear and like max everything out, then I think it is a pretty fun game to play, and it runs pretty well. And it's very exciting and in-depth, and it's kind of aggressive. And if you can, like, when you master the parry, bro, like when you're deflecting everything, hopefully you guys should see it. I mean, that's the goal, right? If I'm trying to play well. But yeah, I guess that covers that. So you can see I have 4 different spirit ability, or 4 different wizardry spells. So this one is the same as this one. It's the same animation, so they're just insanely quick. You can proc a bunch of status, so this will leave a lingering field, but I'm mostly just tapping it a bunch. And then this is a teleport that leaves ice. This is fucking sick. It uses a shit ton of spirit, but it's really worth it. It procs a lot of status, and so we'll talk about it, and hopefully I'll get all the elements right, because the thing you have to realize is that for most enemies, they're only going to be strong against the element they're strong against and their own element. So if you're like fighting a stone enemy, they're only going to be strong against stone and water. So you'll still be able to proc a lot of status, and each of the status effects do different things, but Toxin is by far the best, because Toxin, as long as you have a Toxin effect on them, all of their status effects are permanent. They never decay. So like, you know, the enemy that you're going to be most struggling against is going to be, I think, fire and toxin, because obviously fire is strong against toxin and toxin is toxin. So that's like the, you know, enemies that fall under that category that will show up in the randomizer in specific missions will be a little bit more stressful, but they are going to be weak to fire, so you'll be able to slap them really hard with this effect. So that plays into how the elements work in like the little 5-sided, you know, star or whatever. So yeah, I want to talk about that. We'll talk about this more, but I think that pretty much covers all the stuff. Oh, there is a Yasakani effect, but it's just a random grace, so it just counts as a grace. So it's the set bonus requirement mitigation, so it means that, you know, oh, hang on one sec. Normally this effect would require 3 pieces of gear, but now, you know, if I have 2 pieces of gear, then I get the level 2 effect. So I just need to have a helmet and gloves that have Fushi, and then I also get power drop on martial arts, so I can have that for free, but it means that I need to have one of these. But, you know, that effect is also reducing the number of pieces of armor that you need for Lingbao as well, so you can maximize it, and you basically get a perfect ratio of like, oh, I can have, you know, these 4 pieces of gear, I can have these 5 pieces of gear, and then I'm allowed a level 2 of another grace or another piece of, you know, unique gear. So like if I go over here, I could look at Perfect Jun, which is, you know, like one of the characters that you meet. So yeah, like he has his own specific effects, but yeah, you'll only get 2 levels. So, you know, I was trying to micromanage, and when I realized that, I was like, oh shit, this is pretty gaming. I'll have to try it again. Did you try to get Invitation to Soulframe? Yeah, I did. So the thing that made me sad is that I did it like maybe a couple years ago, or like a year and a half ago, and then I went back and I realized that, like, I guess I didn't complete the email confirmation, and so it, instead of it being done like a long time ago, it was done like a month ago or like 2 months ago at this point. So yeah, I'm hyped for Soulframe. I think the fact that they're gonna like to do like games as a service with like a you know, a 3D action RPG, Souls-like-esque, like that type of vibe, I think it is pretty difficult, and it's a big undertaking. Like, part of what these games all have is they have a specific feel that is like very hard to capture and to get right. And I've played a lot of these games. Like, when I'm coming out here and saying like, you know, this is the best one and the most complex one, I'm saying it because like I've played a lot of them. I've played a lot of new ones. There's one that I really like that I want to show off. So, like, it definitely, it has a specific vibe that it's more something that you'll feel out and you'll be like, oh, I get what he means. Like, you know, it's got this stress and this aggression. And then when you crack the code, you're like, oh, I'm literally seeing into the Matrix right now. And that's what this mission requires. Like, this specific game mode, which is in all of the Team Ninja games. So if you go back and play Neo and Neo 2, they have, you know, the underworld and the depths of the underworld, and the depths of the underworld is like a randomized mode. It works a little weird. It has some, like, if you fail it, it can kind of suck sometimes, but yeah, it's a really fun game. And what I also love is that it allows me to use 5 different weapon classes. And this is kind of what we're going to talk about, is that they all have something in common that's going to be very important. But yeah, these are generally, they all have a pretty high deflect difficulty, which is pretty important to understand. Like, it means what it means. It's how easy it is to deflect, and it gives you a greater window. So like a lot of these faster weapons, you still have really great martial arts, and that's the thing, is they all have like passive buffs that function differently. But yeah, they're very, very strong. Did you play Sekiro? Yeah, Sekiro's goated. The Sekiro randomizer I should be returning to. I've been thinking about doing Stranger of Paradise and then Sekiro randomizer. I don't know where I'm at in that, but I can do that. Cause that's crazy, bro. That's like the most fun I ever have. Like, yeah, locking in, you get really fucked over in that randomizer. So, you know, that's similar flavors. I play all these games because it's very arcadey. You can load in, play whatever you want, play as long as you want, leave, not play it for a while, and still remember how to play. Like, I don't think it's, in the end, like, it's very rewarding to being comfortable with it and being able to understand how the mechanics work. And for someone who doesn't understand the mechanics and doesn't take a lot of time to sit down and look at all this stuff, there's a lot to look at. There's a lot of stats that you can mingle with and change up and maybe get a little bit more efficient. So I guess that pretty much covers it. I guess the last thing that I should cover is that with all of these weapons, all these melee weapons, generally they have a really interesting mechanic where they can kind of animation cancel 2 martial arts. So if you can see that, so normally if I do Starfall, I'm kind of stuck in this animation for a while. But if I do Starfall into, I forgot what this ability is called, I never use it, Moonbreak. So if I do Starfall into Moonbreak, it'll like cancel out a little bit quicker, and I can activate 2 martial arts and deal twice as much damage. Well, maybe not twice as much, but definitely deal more damage. And then obviously, you know, Straight Sabers has the broken ability, which is Turning Clouds, which is just an infinite. There are certain abilities that you can just activate as long as you have Spirit. So this thing will like proc whatever status you have instantly. But yeah, if you notice, I had high metal and I had high lightning, so I'm getting a lightning buff. I'm getting a water buff, which I also have pretty high. So, you know, water is going to show up on a lot of these faster weapons. So that's what I had on a couple different choices. But yeah, like here, you know, this greatsword is going to get a little bit smaller of a buff because, of course, it's an earth weapon and it's scaling A+ or A-, while metal has C-. So there's a couple different setups, but most of these, so, you know, I'm only using 2 different weapons that are from the base game. This is the, you know, the sword, the straight saber, or the curved saber, which are all the same class. Well, long is this the ninja? It's Team Ninja, not Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory did Senua's Saga, is that right? Someone told me that in chat and I was like, fuck, you're right. But this is Ninja Gaiden. Was arcade games are the best. It's sad nowadays you can't find a good arcade. Yeah. I hate to say it, man. They're all roguelikes. Like, all the best arcade games are all just roguelikes, where you just die and you just start over and you get really good at the loop and you're like, you start to hate the second level. I always hate the second level. I played Neo 1 and platinum them, bro. Team Ninja, yeah, that's crazy. Platinuming these games is awful. I'd never even bothered. I'm missing a bunch of achievements on Wolong, but yeah, I love Neo 2 for the depths of the underworld. That was so sick. That means you got to the depths of the underworld. What did you say this was? I just hopped in. This is Wolong. But I think I've pretty much covered it. I think I've covered all the stats and stuff. It's a very stat heavy game. But yeah, I think we have about 15 minutes with each weapon, so we'll see how many missions that is. It's 7:27. So let's load in. I haven't done any of this, so we're gonna load into the, yeah, I mean, you can call it what it is, but it's kind of just like the end game randomizer mode. I definitely like Neo. I'll try this. Yeah, it's what I say is it's more complex, but it's also giving you some grace in certain aspects. I'll take Fortitude. So here we go. Rule number 1. You have a layout. You have like choices on the map, and each one will give you a buff, but each one has a specific offering. I generally don't give a fuck about what I'm fighting. The scary ones are actually these guys, the Heroes Assemble. And I'll explain that in a little bit, but thankfully I can avoid that unless this is good. That is good. Diminished damage taken is very good. What's down here? Fortitude, morale points, extra use. Oh, God. So this is genuine chi. Oh, my God. I hate these awful. I try to go for the buffs, but this level 5 diminished damage taken is pretty gamer. But yeah, none of these are very good. These are all... I hate how they give me all this oh, fuck off. And then you're going to give me diminished... I swear to God. So I have to take this one. You're going to see why I... Oh, no. I want to do this. Determine your path. So you can set the path to start off with. I need to take this. Fortitude, genuine chi. I'll take extra use. It's not terrible. Fortitude again. Genuine chi or genuine chi. What do you think, chat? Oh, my God. Yeah, these are awful rolls. Should we see... Wait. Should we see what we're doing? So Heroes Assemble is scary. Xiahou Dun Zhangbao, that's kind of a joke. This is just a survival. Oh, so this is a water... This is a water boss and then another water boss. This is a trash. This is a... Is that an earth boss? That one's easy. That's just killing a boss and then killing another boss and then... Jushu. Okay. So we've got some bad choices showing up, but I think we can survive. I think we can do it, chat. So there's step number 1. But there's another thing I have to talk to you about, and it's basically how I've always played this game at this point. If you heard me talk about Goku, I'll also bring up oh fuck. What's his name from Naruto? Not Guy Sensei. What's the Rock Lee? Rock Lee, or the introduction to Rock Lee. That's all I'll say. So, rule number 1. I have to go here to battle preparation and then inner discipline. Your inner discipline. All right, change your inner discipline. And yeah, here we go, chat. So you can just straight up reduce your stats and it'll give you a luck buff. I'm sitting at 100 luck buff. It's giving me a B. So my recommended level. So if I go higher, then I can get to like a B+, and then I'll have better rating. So if I don't know if I can even bring it this far down, but I know there's a chart. There's a chart, so recommended level. Okay. B+. So yeah, like all of these transcendent. So if you want to get a higher plus level or like a higher, you know, just level on your gear, then the only way you'll get it is by fighting a mission that's that level, and you know the randomizer will just scale up by a set level, you know, infinitely basically. So oh, morale rank. Okay, I gotta set this down. So I gotta set this down to, I think I should set it at like 61 or maybe even 60, because the max power level that you're gonna see is 59. At least currently where I'm at. I don't know if I get like over 1500 or over 2000 if it changes, but currently it's always been 59. So I feel like I should just put that in, because it means that, yeah, if I'm getting hit by enough special attacks that I'm getting new. You play Warframe? Yeah, I do play Warframe, but on Fridays your boy's having a little drink and playing along. So I've reduced my spirit damage dealt to 50%. And my HP damage dealt to 50%. You can bring this down to 10%, but I was like, no, I'm good. I'm totally fine. Spirit damage received is up to 200%, so I'm doubling that. And I think that's about it. Like, this is going to get me to... I think at one point I did a way higher one. I reduced a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I reduced my max HP as well, but... There was a moment where I was able to get higher than I usually was. Like I was able to get to like a B+ or something. You know any good Warframes for beginners? I think a lot of the newer Warframes. So honestly, I say Dagoth. Dagoth you can get from your syndicate. You can just buy these abyssal beacons and then go to Cirrus. And she's got a second ability, the Doom. The Doom ability is pretty strong. And yeah, you get like the death protection, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the main thing that I use is like, I actually do like pressing 2 and then pressing 1. It's a pretty strong, you put a little scythe above their head. I talk about it basically in every stream now, but that covers one thing. Next thing to cover, before we actually play the game, the last thing to cover So as you level up in the randomizer, as you get further and further and further, eventually the starting level, like this first mission that I'm going to do, they're going to be like way higher power level than I am. So you're going to get access to these fortitude buffs. So you just be able to snag these. This will give you +3, +5, and +7. So it's a pretty big buff. But you can see I have like infinite stats. So I just bought everything and I have everything. So I'm sitting at 36 and I think they're going to be at like 40. I don't know. I don't know what level the mission is. I'll have to, I would have to look in the chart, but I think we should survive. So this is a heroes assemble mission. Yeah, it just says eliminate the enemies. So I don't know if there's any, I don't know if it says anywhere which, because that's what I've said. It's like I can't tell the difference between heroes assemble and you know, there's like other missions that call it eliminate the enemies. But yeah, I don't want to get too much into it. Let's play the game. I think it should run pretty much unbroken 60. Zhao Yun is crazy. That's easy. Alright. We're going to start off with a big win there. And you're going to kind of see what the setup is. Already proc Toxin on him. Okay, nice and easy. We're going to swap to this. We're going to... Oh, I'm getting greedy. That's fine. I should probably just... I should just deal a zillion damage. So we've got 2 status effects on him. The nice thing is that I am at, you know, the lowest power level that I'll be. So I won't lose any power from taking damage from him. Oh, I'm at max. Okay, that's fine. I have 23. I have 23 healing pots, so I'm pretty much safe. Alright, safe. Good to go. Okay, so we've got almost all the status. I can apply Earth to him as well. And then I can also apply... Oh, there's Marissa. Yes, dude. I was hoping... I was praying for it. Oh, nice and easy. That's a really good ability, but unfortunately that's his like signature ability, so that's one of my favorite spear abilities. But I don't know, chat. I've tried the spear and I've pretty much only stuck with the ones that I've been using. Unfortunately, I did not like the spear very much. I did not like the poleaxe / hammer very much. So, you know, you have the spear, the glaive, and the staff, which are like 3 different variants of weapons that will share similar abilities, but some will have ones that are different from others. Oh, Lady Me is kind of dangerous, but I think I can do this. Oh, she deals a lot of damage. That's the thing. Yeah, 39. All right, we're gonna just do this. Turning Clouds right to the face. Nice, easy snag. That was clutch. Okay, let's go in. Oh, I swapped twice. Sometimes I do this, where I accidentally swap to my lightning weapon, and then I swap back to my toxin weapon without realizing. Nice, easy. Hit him with Turning Clouds. Go into this, into that. Oh, look how much damage that is, chat. And then you swap back. Oh, and she's going to cleanse lightning, so I was actually just cringe the whole time. Unfortunately, chat, you got to be actually... You putting every element on the sun on him? No, that is actually literally every element. That was... On these characters specifically, that's part of the thing, is that they're kind of a joke, because you can like literally apply every element in the game to them. Oh, she's in her buff mode. I love like the way the whip works with that. I should use it more, but you can see she's reduced my power level twice now, so I'm at 36 again. So she's literally refunded all the power, that I gained from that whole stint. So a little bit cringe. I've been a little bit too passive. Like I should be tapping every element, but you can see how easy it is. It's second nature. All of these different like combat wizardry spells are chosen specifically because they are like the most brainless way to proc infinite status effects on them. So especially on these guys, yeah. Live by the sword. We're a PlayStation Network down. I can't play anything. Oh my god. Oh, chat. Oh, Liu Bei, this is a joke as well. So far this has been a freebie. There are specific heroes that you're going to fight that are going to be drastically more difficult than other heroes than these guys. These are essentially just normal enemies that have access to a wide range of spells, and they have their signature that's like a jade amulet that every character has that will, you know, essentially give them a big passive buff. But yeah, this guy's kind of a joke. Because yeah, we will just be able to apply every status effect in the game. He is just a normal enemy. You can think of him as like a very strong normal enemy, that can basically like hyper armor through whatever you're doing into a martial art, and he'll reduce your power level. So the biggest danger of these guys, you know, you saw it with Lady Me, where she was like very aggressive and she would just spam martial arts like crazy. So she can easily reduce your power level like crazy. But yeah, this mission is long as hell, so we'll have to see how long I can play with each weapon. I might do one weapon each round and just kind of show it off. And then if we have more time, then I'll try to pick and choose. Back to 36. You see what I mean? He's cooked, though. He's taking a bunch of damage. It's so embarrassing. Oh, shout out to Jaquan for following. Appreciate that. 2006. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I mean, dude. I hope you can... Oh, this guy's dangerous. Jushu, he's one of the enemies that is essentially a boss. So he has a lot of special abilities that, you know, Liu Bei would never have access to. Oh, shit. So I need to be on lightning the whole time, because he's going to be buff towards poison, obviously. But he's also buffed towards lightning. So, like, toxin enemies are basically the only characters in this game that fuck up my whole setup. I think he's also weak to water. Nice. Landed that. He's going to double up. Yeah, he always does a double. So most of these characters will do a double. They'll do a double martial art. So you have to remember that. And I get very embarrassed a lot by forgetting about the second one. Nice, easy snag, and then he's going to do the follow-up. No, cringe. Alright, fine. Oh, he's looking weak. He needs fire. This guy needs fire. Oh, I can stagger him. I got to remember, like, when I use this wizardry spell, it gives me... Oh, you see? So he'll just cancel out of my ability, because that's like his signature move. That's the... If you use his weapons, then you'll get access to that move where you can essentially rush somebody, cancel... It counts as a deflect, right? He's deflecting me, snagging me like crazy, making me look so embarrassed. But still doing pretty good damage. I mean, you will refund a little bit of power level, but it's basically nothing. Oh, there was a big lag spike, but that's kind of inevitable. There are moments like that, chat. I hate to say it. Oh, he slowed me. Ooh. You see what I mean? This guy is dangerous. Especially with no buffs. He's going crazy right now, but I think I can still apply enough of this to him. I should be martial artsing him, because I think it will make it apply more status effects. I think it'll just do more damage, i.e. more... Ooh! Yeah, Jesus Christ. Hey, I chose it, man. I had to take it. Alright, safe. I can just stagger him out of it. I realize that this kind of ends up being like one of the most OP abilities, because you can just stun him out of anything up to a certain point, and then he'll start using his abilities. But yeah, turning clouds is so OP on the sword. So this is only available on sword and straight saber. I don't think it's available on curve saber. It might be available. I haven't tested it. I've been meaning to test curve saber, because they do have access to a couple really cool martial arts that I want to try out. So, you know, turning clouds is the main one that's just like so OP. Oh, he comboed me out of that, but I comboed him out of that. Fuck, yeah. See, you're a little bit aggressive. Up to 40. Yeah, I'm still struggling a little bit. All right. Damn, Xbox's hood. Bro. Also, where's the key bar? Lol, I don't quite get the UI. So, it's in the middle. It's right under my health bar. Status seems to last a decent time. Is that a build thing? So, toxin effect. If you have toxin on the enemy, so are whips her thing, or are whips weapons in this? No, whips are a weapon. Like when she is a signature character that shows off the whip. And then there's also an invader character that shows off a different whip with a different signature ability. So whips are super cool. I'll show them off. I think I should do one weapon per zone. We'll try them out. All right, so the key bar's in the middle. It goes away, but yeah, there's the key bar. There's my power level. There's the key bar. And I'm telling you, man, when you lose your power level, they make you feel it, dude. They're like, oh, fuck, you're screwed, bro. You got hit by 5 martial arts in that. I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. All right. So next up, we have dual swords. you know, it's pretty easy to show off all the abilities. These guys are the flashiest. If I can land, so these guys have a perfect parry. So instead of like that, you know, spark looking thing, it'll be like these bright blue sparks. And it has this way cooler noise. It's like, ching! It's so fucking sick. So whenever I do footage of this game, I always do it with the dual swords. Oh, yes. The monitor is working, so I can actually swap over. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. All set up. I guess part of it is that it incentivizes aggressiveness so much. Okay, here we go. Jaho Dune. This is a pretty good showing. There's a double perfect parry. Love that. Okay, so these weapons are actually the go. So these are dual swords, dual halberds, or dual sabers. But dual sabers, I think I have dual swords. So dual sabers, there aren't a lot of stances, but they still get access to the same. There aren't a lot of weapons, excuse me, but they still get access to the same martial arts. So it's a shared pool with different stat spreads. So if like you have what am I trying to say? If you have more earth, then you're gonna go with the dual halberd. So there's like different weapons that offer different bonuses with slight variations in like what they have available to them. All right, easy dodge. We're gonna max this out. So yeah, you can see the main thing is that all the abilities will combo into each other. So I'm basically I'm like always animation canceling. Shout out Lua, appreciate ya. Welcome in. I gotta bring up the Discord. I think I have it hidden away behind Steam. But yeah, this landing a bunch of perfect parries like a pro. That's all you gotta do. I should hit this as well. So this is my healing ability. This is like whenever I deal damage, I'll heal. But this ability is most useful when you're doing a fatal blow. So obviously the fatal blow just deals a zillion damage. So like if you have any type of, or if you're using this wizardly spell and you have like good stats towards it, then you're kind of maxing it out, man. But yeah, this is a very laggy boss. Oh, I love that. That was sick. Ooh, I can feel it chunk up. Safe. Okay, nice. And then there's the finisher. Oh, not the finisher. Unfortunate. There you go. So yeah, you can see like all the different abilities combo into each other. So you can basically do any combination into any other combination. I can show you what abilities these are, but this is just kind of a joke. And yeah, this guy is also going to be weak to lightning, so I don't really have to change anything. So yeah, obviously a fire enemy is only going to be strong against fire and poison. So you know, I have lightning, I have water, and then I can also apply earth if I want. And you can see there, you can tell immediately what something is strong to, because if they're weak to it, bro, you'll proc it instantly. So I need to hit this. So this weapon definitely does have a couple different martial arts that have different speeds. Big fan of that ice dodge thing. So this is like a really late game wizardry spell. So every time you do the new game cycles and you get higher levels, you'll gain access to more wizardry spells. And like this is like the final wizardry spell of the ice, because there is a teleport. You do have a teleport that's just a teleport, but this is like an offensive teleport, and that's why I love it. Amar and his offensive teleports. He keeps offensively teleporting around the world. Okay, I'm gonna land this for sure. Gaming. So yeah, that's what I've said is you're definitely incentivized to understand that, you know, there are specific offensive spells, and you know, obviously you'll have elements on your weapons, so you'll learn the elemental weaknesses very quickly. So yeah, like, you know, fire is strong against poison, and fire is fire. So if you're dealing fire damage to fire damage, then you're looking like a bozo. You're looking like a cringe lord. But yeah, this does cost a lot of spirit, but doesn't it just look so... It's really useful too, because like all of the enemies that... There's one guy in particular. There's a guy named Gan-Ning. And yeah, I will also mention, I think all of these characters show up in Dynasty Warriors, and maybe also in Dynasty Warriors Origins. So I think if you've played that series, then you'll like recognize, you know, there's like Zhang Fei and, you know, Guan Yu, and Guan Ping. I don't know if all of them show up. There's so it's like this is have you played Dynasty Warriors Orange? It's an amazing game. I think I would play it. Oh yeah, Guan Yu and Lu Bu. Yeah, Lu Bu's in this. I feel like though Lu Bu in this game, the first time you fight Lu Bu is like the scariest thing of your life. Like you have to fight another boss before you fight him. So this guy is poison. Dong Zhuo is actually a poison enemy. So you can see both of my weapons are going to be dog shit against him. But if I hit him with fire, I can proc fire in 2 spells. So he's kind of a joke for that. I think I can maybe also proc water and potentially earth. We'll see. Yeah, I can proc earth as well. So, you know, there's like specific bonuses that you'll have access to, and the weapons that you decide to use will dictate which elements you'll have access to early on, because you won't be able to get a high enough stat, because I have an insane buff to my elemental attack, which is something that I didn't even mention, which is obviously the apex point. So if you guys have played Neo 2 or any of the Neo games, you know, after you level up all the way, you have these extra levels that you can spend towards like potentially attack or HP or luck, and like all of them, you know, they cost a set amount of money. It's usually like, I think this one is 300 million. I don't know if it's that much, but you can see like a lot of it is just you're very, very comfortable with all the different bosses, and they're so much fun. These are like the best bosses you'll ever fight. Like, they're so scary the first time you fight them. And then, yeah, the 12th time that I fight fucking Jian Wei. If we get Jian Wei, you're going to see it, man. That guy's, like, very intimidating. Well, you can kind of shit on him. He's very predictable in the end. He seems a little scary at first, but you can kind of slam it. Shout out Chris. Oh, wait, Chris, what? Chris, you just followed. Wait, what? So is he a joke because he's just poorly designed? No, he's a joke because he's not of a certain caliber. It's not that these bosses are easy, it's that you can understand them. Like, the thing about Gan Ning is that he's just of a different caliber. He's just way scarier. You saw Jushu as well. They have a level of aggression that's like so much more dangerous. And I don't know what it is. Like, certain bosses just are more predictable, and they're less... You can land their... It's really just about how effectively you can land their special abilities. Feels Sekiro-ish with the heavy parry emphasis. Yeah, it's literally all parries. Like, they have a guard mechanic, and I feel like the fact that they have a guard mechanic is like the saddest thing, because, you know, if I were to make a game, I would put dodge and guard as a separate button, so that you're like, I would still implement the deflect in the same way, where you will deflect in a direction potentially, and so you have a little bit more freedom in how you do it. But I've also enjoyed how Sekiro does it, because sometimes it will force you, like, the whole point of certain combos in Sekiro is that they're going to kind of push you in a direction, and they're going to control how you move, because you're forced to parry all their attacks. So this game, like, it incentivizes parrying more in the way that you will perfect all of these bosses. Like, you'll just become so good at them. So we're going to move over to fists. And these are all the combos you can get. So I think the combo that I use is the stomp into the slam into the stomp. Yeah, that one's pretty quick. I think this is just kill a boss. Oh, survive the enemy attacks. Okay, this is pretty good. You also have an ability called the Helix, which we'll show as well. So this is a joke mission. This will be just killing enemies. So it'll be fun. We can chill out a little bit. All right. Gaming, nice and easy. All right. For some reason, these missions kind of lag a little bit. Like when they spawn the enemies in at first. Yeah, this is kind of a joke. The Helix is just so OP. You get insane mobility, and it also is like stun locking them the whole time. Oh, this guy's dangerous. Sick. This is good to see. So we'll do a stomp into another stomp. This is just the double stomp combo, I like to call it. So you can see they're straight up animation canceling into each other. It's so fucking OP. And this is like the real secret, is you start to learn the ins and outs of the weapons you choose, and you're like min-maxing which martial arts you have. And like once you're in the higher new game cycles, then you can just freely swap the martial arts as long as you're playing just randomizer mode. So it is incentivizing you to play the randomizer, but I don't think it's too difficult. And like you can fail this early on, and I don't think it's too much of a struggle. So yeah, this combo with the fists. Also, if I can build up my combo like my spirit meter, excuse me, not my combo, my spirit meter. My spirit meter is basically a combo. So if I can build it up to max, then I get like a decent combo going. Pretty crazy. Shout out Vincent. What's that? Let him cook? Dude, the monitor, it just shows the little thing. I totally forgot about this. I think that's the let him cook. But yeah, that's the thing, is this is too easy. I feel like I might need to go for 2 hours so we can actually show this off properly. Okay, so this is a fire dude, so we're gonna swap to our lightning weapon. We're gonna do the helix into the double stomp. Chat, I want you to pay attention. I am power level 56, and these guys are 42. So I am absolutely nuking these guys. I'm like way ahead of the curve. I've thought about changing the power level, but yeah, currently my max power level is set at 59. So I'm going to hit max power level, and these guys are going to be like trash level. So I'm kind of going to shit on everything. Oh, this is kind of cool. Is there a good variety of mission types? Yeah. The thing that does suck is like once you're in the mission, there is a potential that you get confused on which mission you're playing. But yeah, like there's like bosses, there's multi-bosses. The most you're going to have is 5 bosses. You're going to have 5 normal enemies like you saw. You're going to have 5 heroes. And then the most dangerous ones are going to be Jushu, which you saw, who shat on me. There's Gan Ning. He's like a pirate dude, and he uses the fists. He has like a signature loadout for the fists. And then there's also Tai Shichi, who's very dangerous, and he's the signature user of the greatsword. So it's 2 of the DLC human bosses are like very scary. So it's all human bosses, and then there's a bunch of at the same time, or a gauntlet. So it's one after another. And you will get max bonuses, so you'll get a lot of buffs going. But yeah. Oh, chat, I do also want to mention I just bought a new microphone because I was testing out. I need a microphone with a longer battery. So I just bought a new microphone. I've been testing it out. I've been thinking about upgrading a little bit, and they seem pretty good so far. So this is a fun mission. This is an elemental mission. So you're going to start off with 2, I guess you could call them captain class demons. So these are going to be based on the signature element of whatever the mission type is. I think you're going to be weak towards both of my elements, so I should just be a little bit more aggressive, but this guy has a pretty good combo. Oh, easy dodge. So this guy has a good combo, so there's a martial arts called like Splitting River or something. Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on, chat. Oh, that's right. These guys will only proc a single element. I forgot. So these like elemental captains will only proc a single element, so you got to keep that in mind. Okay, so then the other thing I should mention is that one of the martial arts that I have on this weapon, you can't put on this weapon. It's a signature skill of Guan Ping, and I literally only have it so that I can have a cooler, weapon. I hate how they do this thing, man. Nice and easy, still chilling. He's down, okay. Yeah, so these guys will show up in the final DLC, and there's just like a different version based on each element, and they're all just the captain. So it's a familiar enemy, but with slight variations to it. So I think it is. I don't think it's like, you could call it lazy, but I think part of what I've learned is that I appreciate how they use animations in a similar way. So you're gonna see. I hope you see a boss. If we're lucky, you're going to see one of the scariest bosses in the entire game. Yes, here we go. Tai Shichi Transformed. He has an insane combo. That's the combo. That combo is the same as the Straight Saber combo, but obviously he's a giant fucking demon knight. So he's super scary, and he's going to spam that combo over and over again. And apparently I'm going to get hit by every single attack because I suck at this game. So he's going to spam the combo over and over again if I'm lucky. All right, we're going to hit this. We're going to kind of warm up a little bit, get comfortable with his attacks. We're going to proc Earth, and then we should be able to proc Poison. Nope. Oh, nice. Easy dodge there. Clutch. We're going to hit this. Okay, here's Guan Ping's. Not fair. One more time. I want to show it off, man. If I'm going to put it on here. Nice. Okay, it was okay, but the main thing is just dividing River into I don't know. I forget what the slam one is called, but this shit is just so... You can see it like cancels into itself. It's so shit. I hated this dude. Yeah, this dude is so fucking scary. I want to see him do the infinite combo. He has to do the fucking infinite combo, dude. That's like the best. That's like the best ability, bro. You get really good at that. There you go. Okay, safe. Oh, so he's reduced my power level twice now. You hate to see it. But whatever the second boss is, it's going to be kind of a joke. I have to get used to this lower frame rate. Oh, I love that move too. That one is too easy. Oh, okay, that's better. There you go. There you go, chat. That's how you do it. Holy shit, we're back. We're so back. Fuck, yeah, dude. Yeah, watching 1vx fights, I'm feeling a lot more enthusiastic about the combat. Oh, dude, that's the same thing Minato no uses, the 4 wind blades. Yeah, that's fucking scary. He has a buff version of that. I'll see if I can get him to do that attack. That one's so much fun. Oh, he's going to do that a whole bunch. Oh, never mind. Come on, stop fucking doing a bunch of ranged attacks. This guy is way safer in melee range. You do not want to fight this guy at range. Okay, here's the same version. Oh, too early on that one. That was close. Almost a perfect one. There you go. Nice and easy. We're going to proc this. We're going to swap and proc... Oh. We're going to proc lightning as well. So we proc 3 different elements. Okay, this is the cool one. Come on, I want to see the ice blades. Come on, do it to me. Oh, this is like a different variation of the attack you've already seen. He does it at like half speed, but there are like these ghost blades that follow his sword. It's so fucking evil that it's like the same attack, but at different timings, but there's still more things you have to dodge. I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit, game. And this is what I mean. Like, he has a full second phase where he just has straight up 2 health bars. And I was like, I want more of this. I'm tired of, you know, getting a boss to second phase and he's already at like 30% HP. Like, no, I want that dude to have 2 straight HP bars. You have to clear one and then you clear the other. And then it's more refreshing. Like, the final boss of this has the same feature. Like, the one that you never see in the randomizer from what I can tell. That's the one that's so sick. He like turns into a dragon. He has this like dragon above his head. It's so crazy. But his arena has to get larger because I think like certain attacks of his dragon are like literally the entire arena if it was like the base arena. Oh, here's the move. Oh, that was a lame version, dude. He'll do like 8 strikes of that. So he's a pretty fun boss, but you can see you get the vibe pretty quick. Long nice dodges. Yup, appreciate it. Love the blade toss too. Yeah, dude, the wind blades is so scary. I want to like, you know, play some more Neo 2, but it's just been so long. I do love I've been playing Stranger of Paradise. It feels like, you know, it's different from Neo 2, but it feels so similar in a weird way that obviously I only play it with Jack. I don't have any companions because they just fuck me over, chat. They don't help me at all. What am I proccing? Oh, same stuff. This guy is cool. Do you see his turtle? So his divine beast is a turtle and a snake. But you can see the turtle is like a fucking high pressure water cannon. Watch it eject. Come on, I want to see him do an attack. So he shoots out and then it ejects. There's like a grab attack. I want to see if he can do the grab attack because it's like so... Here's the... Oh, fuck. God damn it. He has this grab attack that's like so sick. Yeah, he's like the Blastoise, but he's like a Blastoise Knight. So he's so fucking sick. Let's see if he does the grab attack. I want him to snag me in it. It's like the craziest thing he's ever seen. Come on, do it. You can see it like vents. And there's this move. Yeah, he does the move, and it's just so fucking cool. Come on, man. Do the grab attack. Yeah, he like jets around the arena with the ice shit, and it like leaves a trail of ice that like deals continuous damage to you. Come on, man. Look what I do. Look, see what I ask, and this is what happens. I don't know. I don't deserve it. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. Come on, I want to see him do the move. This guy's a joke. Like, he's not hard at all. There are a lot of bosses in this game that, like, you'll just understand, like, way too quickly. Also, he's at 46. I'm at 59, so whatever damage I deal to him, it's gonna be a lot. Come on, you motherfucker. I had to hit you or something? Because he, like, vents the gun. It's so fucking sick. Dude, I swear to God. I don't know why he's treating me like this. There you go. Okay, here you go. Yeah, he fucking... It's so fucking sick, dude. You get grabbed by that, that's like the easiest move to deflect. And these games are so satisfying to, like, deflect. You deflect the martial art. Like, you know how in Sekiro you sometimes have to, like, dodge out of the way? No, motherfucker, you deflect, you literally block everything. And there's, like, a special animation when you block their special move. It's so sick. It's so fucking awesome. It's like the most rewarding game. Like, that's part of why I call it. It's like you have to master it because it's so good. He's got a cool design, yeah. He's very easy, but, you know, the first time you fight most bosses, they're pretty scary unless you're, like, way over leveled. But, you know, the power level that I have will just always make me super strong. So there's both the bosses. But yeah, I really like Taishichi Transformed is like one of my all-time favorite bosses. Like, he's so just ever in any video game. Like, the Yuan Shu phase 2 is cool, but, like, Taishichi is so sick and he's so hard. All right. So what are we at? Yeah, we're at 8:04. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We have one more weapon to show, which is, of course, the whip. You know, we were talking about the whip earlier. This one has a crazy martial arts combo that I just discovered this morning. I was playing it probably, you know, 2 p.m. maybe, trying it out. So we'll show off all the weapons, and then I'll maybe play, I'll choose some favorites, and we'll revisit some other ones to talk about some fun ones. So, hey, maybe I'll just keep rotating through, and we'll just keep viewing them one by one. So, yeah, this is the whip. So the combo, my favorite combo is this into this, which is, of course, Zifu's Arya into Jishi's Glance. And then, of course, you do have Xiang Deity's Tear. So this one is crazy. Just watch this. So this is like this is insane damage. It's got really good range. You can kind of see how far it goes based on those particles. So it's like literally an AoE. Really easy to land. So this is one of my all-time favorite weapons. Like, I have so much fun with it. And you can just spam this into this kind of over and over again. It's a slower, so it has a slower recovery in after this one. But generally, at most, I'm doing 2. I'm probably not doing 3. But I do like opening with this one, the Deity's Tear. This one is so sick. So I love how they do these weapons. I love that they are very complex. This weapon has a special ability. I didn't even talk about the special ability of the greatsword, but I don't use it. But this guy, if I hold guard and spirit attack, which I don't have access to, then I get like a buff version of this stance. But I don't regen any spirit, so that does kind of suck. But I can kind of keep this combo active forever. Like, even if I'm max guarding or at max negative spirit, I can still cast it. So it's pretty crazy. I also know there's a alt fire that I just can't use. So there you go. All right, chilling here. Let's play. What is this? This is the same one, isn't it? I think this is the same one. Yeah, this is the same thing we did before. All right, we're gonna get to fight him again. Yeah, it's like almost guaranteed to have Taishichi. Hopefully we see, what is it, Aoye? Chillin'. Oh, that's a rough grab attack. That's when you got it. I'm fine, dude. I'll survive. Okay, there you go. Nice. Easy. Okay, and then I can proc. Oh, not gonna bother. Never mind, chat. So I will say, like, you're only gonna get the grace, the Lingbao grace. You're only gonna get that from the power drop, the damage negative, all the different arrows and stuff that you're gonna see on the enemy. But I will say, like, the elements all have a pretty good stack of, like, what they're gonna buff and, like, what type of what type of stats they're gonna give you. So you know, it's gonna incentivize you to cast all the elements. Can you join voice chat? I want to show you something. Oh yeah, give me a second. You want me to pause? Vid is uploading. I told you I was gonna show you yesterday. Yeah, I can look at it when the stream's over. All right, chat. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I just, you know, there's something that's so relaxing about this game that you just understand it. It's so easy. Are we not gonna get Taishiji? This is our way, but yeah. Join voice chat. Join voice chat. Stop the stream. Pause your stream so I can show you something cool. Come on, I want to show you really bad. That's just what it is. That's what Wolong does to me. That's what Wolong does. It's just taking forever to upload. Oh man, you hate to see it. I've been there, man. Been there. Oh, I should mention, yeah, I mean, the primary crux video for Warframe, speaking of Warframe, dude, that is up. That's up. That went up this morning, so, you know, appreciate everybody that's been watching it. It kind of moves a little bit slow sometimes, but I'm okay with it. Oh, look at that. We don't actually get Taishiji. That's crazy. That's actually kind of nuts, Chad. I don't know, man. Oh, I messed that up. That's okay. Oh, broke him out of that. That's good. I can proc this. Oh, almost. Oh, embarrassing. All right, safe. Do this. Okay, good. All right, nice and easy. Perfect. The quadratic scaling with Volt Shield with Onos or Optical or Vandal, that's pretty insane. Yeah, that'll be a... I mean, that'll be a cool... You can hit 2 billion with Onos, damage cap with Opticore. Dude. Oh, so, like, wait, you can almost hit damage cap with, like, you're, like, close to damage cap? Oh, man. I should start a collection of damage cap clips. I don't know, man. You guys let me know how you feel. It is kind of funny. I mean... I like it. I feel like it's such a win. You know, it's so easy to do. What game is that? This is Wolong. So this is made by Team Ninja. They made Ninja Gaiden, and they also made the Neo games. And this is like a more modern version of the Neo games. I'm close, but I need to max out my Prime Crit mod. Oh, so you could get there. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that'll be sick, dude. That sounds fire. All Opticore variants? No, probably just the Vandal. The Vandal has... I don't know. Does it have better stats? Does it have better crit damage? I don't know if it would... what it would be at that point, because my Riven puts Opticore all charge beam rifles. Yeah, all charge beam rifles. Oh, okay, I got you. I see. Oh, is that the same thing as... oh, interesting. Would that be also Stalta as well then? Could you do like headshot Stalta? Vandal does have better crit damage. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. All right, so that's the whips all done. So I guess we'll keep rotating around. We'll just go back to the sword again. All right. Dude, if you can hang with this in Sekiro, you can play For Honor. No, I hate the people who play For Honor, though. I feel like I dealt with so many Smurfs, bro. I missed that, but I was getting cooked way too easily. I don't do good in fighting games, dude. Especially For Honor. People are crafty in For Honor, dude. I can't keep up with that shit. I also don't want to. I feel no desire to. It's like way too aggressive. Like actual players are like way too aggressive. For Onos, it only works for the AoE though. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Well, is that the thing that does a zillion damage? All right, back to it. Oh, dude. A little bit more of this. I mean, I have been enjoying it. This is only the 6th mission out of 10. Hey, maybe if I do 10 missions, it'll just put me at the end. Oh, this is just a survival? Oh, come on, you motherfucker. I swear to God. Okay, fuck off. I'm done. We're using the OP ability. We're using the broken fucking ability. So it is nice. I have a pretty cool... so this is turning clouds. This is my primary sword ability. It's an infinite ability, so you can just keep it active forever, essentially. As long as you hold down the ability, you can just keep spamming it. So that's number one. That's super OP. And then the other combo that I have is Starfall into Moonbreak. And Moonbreak will essentially animation cancel your Starfall. So you can spam them pretty easily. And then, yeah, you can see you can close the distance pretty well with Turning Clouds. That's super OP. So there's, yeah, Turning Clouds, Starfall, Moonbreak. Oh, but yeah, after the Moonbreak, there is a little bit of a delay. Oh, nice. Cheng Pu, kind of scary. Nice. I will say there's someone you don't see, which is, oh shit, what's his name? Hua Shong, I think. He's the bear dude. He has a staff, and he does the move. If you guys remember from Neo 2 and Neo, there was a move if you were so if you had like the staff or the spear or something, if you were guarding and then you started sprinting, then you would basically run forward and twirl your spear back and forth. So that's now a martial art on the staff, and it's like a signature ability of Hua Shong, and it's just so sick. So it's fun. Like, I think a lot of people hate on reusing animations, but for these games specifically, I will always have a love for like recognizing animations from older games. Like, there's an enemy in this game that's like a giant pig, like a lightning pig. He's pretty sick. Speaking Mandarin and hearing you say the names, like, am I saying it right? Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying it right, because I look at the romanization of it and I'm like, I don't think I'm saying it right. Speaking Mandarin and hearing you to say the names, like, am I saying it so wrong? Onos does damage by itself, like 200 million, 200k. So yeah, it is considerable improvement. Okay, yeah, I got you. I haven't tested Opticore yet. I haven't tested Opticore yet because I don't have it. Dude, I love Onos though. I put blast damage on Onos recently, and I had way too much fun with it. So I don't know. That thing does a shit ton of damage. It's really, really fun. Yeah, chat. I gotta say, I try my best with a lot of stuff. It's not possible to completely discern the pronunciation from the romanization. Anyway, you're fine. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt. I saw a vid and it does damage cap easily though. Yeah. Dude, that's what I mean. Like, I've seen enough damage cap clips. I feel like it if you ever see the day where I just start posting damage cap clips, I don't know, you tell me. Getting my Akicore soon. Dude, Akicore is so nice. That's like, oh my god. The more that I play that weapon, the more it like changes slightly. I mean, people love it. I think people use Enervate on it a lot, which is kind of interesting. Mirage plus Akicore. Oh my god, dude. Legend right here. That's how you do it. How many beams is that? Here, do the math on how many beams that is. Let's get Harsh down a rabbit hole. Here, yeah, 15 beams. Oh, that was too quick. It's just 3, right? You just have 3 clones that are multiplying the multi-shot. Too easy, because it's 5 total beams. Is that right? I don't remember. 3 beams main and 4 each. 4 for each. True. I hear, and this is probably tinfoil, but I hear the more times you hit damage cap, the more you're likely to get anti-cheat false positives. Oh, really? That's kind of crazy. I mean, you know, I've only 2 other clones shoot. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, I can never remember, because I know, what is it, like for melee weapons, it does all the clones swing the melee weapons. Defo tinfoil hat theory. No, that's always been my thing, is I feel like, you know, damage cap clips and stuff like that, they'll always be so simple. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I want to, you know, if I'm going to do a video, I want it to have a little bit of substance to it, and I want to try and put together something that's informational and presents the game in a unique way and stuff like that. So, I don't know, the idea of damage cap clips, like, will always have a certain, flair to it. But, you know, I'm like, I'll leave it to what every other content creator on the platform to like make a bunch of damage cap clips and stuff like that. You know, it's highly digestible for a reason, and I think that's what we all love to see. Is it's like we love the way that you can just do the math so easily and just, you know, come up with damage cap, and you're like, oh, here we go again. You know, I think you should do a compilation of all the different people in my Discord that have submitted damage cap clips or something like that. So I think somebody, I don't remember who, was it Clown? Was it Corpsey Clown who submitted like, it was like a damage cap Varuna spam build. I was looking at it, I was like, what the fuck? I know they definitely banned / temp banned my friends for running endless content for too long though. Yeah, that is bannable now. Well, with like Omnias and stuff, I feel like that could definitely happen. Like if you're doing like a Void Cascade Omnia, although I feel like that's quicker, but I don't know. I never have time for that, bro. I don't know. That's like a whole rabbit hole that I'm like, yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. Have your fun. I think half of my value with Warframe is that, yes, I play it, but I'm glad to be done with Warframe for the day. I think that's something that, like, you know, for a lot of people, Warframe is their game. And for me, I'm like, Warframe will always exist. And the way that I've never gotten burnt out since 2017, the way that I've been able to log in and consistently be farming things, all the way from having nothing and using like fucking Rhino with like the worst gear, all the way to now doing like complete randomizer with whatever weapons I want and being able to do whatever I want. Like, the way that I've been able to do that is that I'm not playing Warframe all the time. I'm playing Warframe as my primary game, or the game that I play the most, but there's always other games that I play. And that's why this is on fucking controller, dude. So I'm playing Warframe, right? It's an FPS. I'm playing it mouse and keyboard, and then I can swap to a controller and relax a little bit. Whether that's been an Infinite Runner, or it's been Hades 2, or like recently I've been playing Ember Knights, which is like a, I don't know, it's classic and it's so much fun to play, but there's a lot of really fun games out there, and I think I found a lot of value in knowing that I'm not necessarily like obsessed with Warframe like crazy. I do feel like with Dakota weapons, I may be burning through Warframe content, like spamming Warframe like I haven't in a long time, because that mission does seem very spammable. Failed to dodge that. That's embarrassing. I should get out of the poison as well. But yeah, chat, I feel like, you know, I think part of Warframe is managing burnout. And, you know, the more obsessed with it you are, that's ban order. Day, week, month, 6 months, year, perma. Damn. If a player isn't active and in an endless mission, they got banned. 3 for disruption. Nice, okay. Because it's wasting server space, because there's no incentive to be in a mission for like 6 hours. 1.5 for escape level cap. Okay, 3 for disruption. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's not terrible. But yeah, level cap cascade, I'll leave that to the professionals. I've always said it. And that's the thing, is like, I think because it's such a difficult game mode, like the market is like highly saturated. You know, people are always talking about that shit, so I'm very thankful that I can present weapons in a way that will show off the fact that, you know, hey, if you are going for endless content, then maybe all you do is synergize a little bit, and you don't just play like a loser who fails to have any types of, just chooses random gear. Like, you know, the fact that you can show off the weapons as they are means that, you know, if they exist in a void, then, you know, it doesn't take a lot of work to synergize with Warframe. You know, all the, bro, I feel like I walk down the street and I see like fucking 3 Cyto 9 combo videos. Like, this weapon has just gotten a recent buff thanks to Cyto 9. You know, people are doing, they're doing the acid shells. They're doing the acid shells Sobek build, but now they're being like, Cyto 9 is the better version of Saren for the acid shells build, and I'm like, nice, yep, another Cyto 9 build. Fuck yeah, another Cyto 9 combo. I'm like, it is a shit ton of damage for a reason. It's so fucking strong. I don't quite agree with that. The percentage of people doing endless for 72 hours is so minuscule that it shouldn't mean they have to quit out the mission to not be banned. If they want to play like that, they should be allowed to, or at least prioritize for manual review when accidentally banned. Yeah, that's a... I mean, that is a little extreme. Like, I don't know how many people that is. The percentage of people doing endless for 72 hours is so minuscule that it shouldn't mean they have to quit out the mission to not be banned. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't think it matters one way or another. Like, they just have to leave at a certain point. No, if a person is in the mission doing nothing. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so what you're saying is like, yeah, if they're just playing for a long time, then I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, I'm like, whatever. I'm not worried about it, Chad. You guys can have your discussions. I'm glad that I can just load in for 25 minutes and have fucking 15 Prime Warframe sets available to give away. I hadn't looked at that. I literally had not looked at my relics since the last time we did the raffle, and I kind of made a point to do that. Because once I realized it, I was like, oh shit. And that was pretty impressive. I have infinite Forma blueprints. I don't think I'll ever run out of Forma. The only problem with Forma is that it takes 23 hours to craft. Bro, if you cut that down to 3 hours, oh my god, I would have so much fucking Forma. I would never have to buy a Forma again. I would be rolling in it. If you made it 4 hours, fuck yeah, dude, I would log in twice a day to log in to do that. Yeah, I'll leave the subject, yeah. Oh. But yeah, I mean, I guess part of it is that I feel like I was thankful to avoid a lot of the farming, excuse me. I did a lot of credit card farming, I guess is what you could say. I started buying Prime Access. I don't know when I started buying it exactly, but it has saved me a little bit of trouble. You know, I'm not telling people to buy Prime Access, but it saved me. For some reason, I'm really good at spending plat. Another submission. 825. What are we at? 68. We're doing pretty good. 200% casting speed Dante. 300% casting speed Dante. Oh my god, dude. Fuck yeah. This is why I like having you guys here. You guys do it better than anybody else. Alright, chat. What is this? Survive. Eliminate the enemy within the time limit. Oh, that's fucking lame. We're gonna finish this real quick. Zhang Bao. Oh, this is a complete joke. Alright, we're using the fist. Okay, chat. Alright. A little bit of gameplay. Oh, embarrassing. I do like this soundtrack. This is a pretty good soundtrack. It's like very weird. I don't have a lot of songs like this. It's kind of like aggressive and spooky. Oh god, I'm failing very hard. Woo. Nice. Easy dodge, dude. Look at that. This guy is weak sauce, though. He's 55, though, so he's only a little bit under me. Oh, my goodness, dude. Nice and easy. Woo. Alright. Simple. Okay. Nice. Dude. I gotta say, this guy is like one of my favorite bosses. I don't know, there's something about like how all the different attacks flow. Oh, I should also mention, kind of late in the game though, but you know, as you get into higher new game cycles, they'll gain different attacks. So I think it's like once you get to the final DLC, the bosses will like gain new attacks. Yeah, like this guy does. This guy is so... He's really easy though. He's definitely a joke. But yeah, it's a fun little jaunt. It's a fun little ride around memory lane. He's like one of the earliest bosses. That's kind of the thing. He's like the second boss you face, who's like actually a boss. You know, like there are some enemies that are like human enemies, but this guy's... What difficulty are you on? Oh, this is the randomizers. This is the randomizer after floor 1000. I am on floor 1468. That means I've done 1468 of these specific missions. And past 1000, the enemy, like all the bosses gain the new attacks, and then you'll also gain some different some different missions and stuff. So that's where you get access to the heroes. So it's definitely worth it. It's a big grind, but it's not hard. You do these 10 at a time. Basically what I try to do is I sit down and I do 10 rounds at a time. It doesn't take a long time. It's maybe like an hour or something, but being able to reset, and then after I get to floor, like once I get to floor 1470, then I'm going to reset. Eliminate the enemy within the time limit. Okay, another easy one. We should shit on them. I don't know who they are, but I don't think they're going to be too crazy. I love this map. This specific arena is so sick. This is like the top of the temple. At the top of the mountain. Oh, Julian, this guy's a joke. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm going to shit on him in an instant. So this is like... Oh, this may be the second boss. Oh, yeah. So there's... I don't remember which order it's in. I know there's a pig. I think of Zhang Bao as the second human boss, I guess is how I describe it. So he's a human that's been demonized. And you'll fight a lot of demonized enemies. Yeah, I can actually spam the Guanping ability now. This is a goated place to use it. But yeah, this is like a, you know, you'll have like a pig fight and a monkey fight in the same mission. And then I think you fight Zhang Bao after that, so Zhang Bao is definitely scarier. What are you playing on? I'm playing on PC. I had to return the FPS to 60. I couldn't run it at 120. It was too choppy. So I'm thinking about upgrading recently, but it's still a good margin. I should get comfortable playing this at 60 because, you know, running it at 120 is a little bit greedy. So easy as hell. That was a quick mission. But yeah, I mean, I am liking just doing 10 rounds. And then we end it with the whip once again. And this is the final mission. So the 10th mission is a triple boss, guaranteed. Always a triple boss. But yeah, I have so much fun with this game. I will say the deflect needs a lot of practice. But you can see, you will learn literally every boss in the game. You will master every boss in the game. So I don't think you need to be too stressed. Like, you will struggle the first time you fight a boss. That's guaranteed. The first couple attempts you have, they're very complicated. Yeah, good music. Yeah. I will say there's one unfortunate thing. There aren't a lot of people uploading the full soundtrack. You don't get the full soundtrack. You get a mini soundtrack. So if you want all the music, the phase 1, the phase 2, that's on YouTube. But I've literally had to open up Streamlabs and record the music myself. So I have that music. I've thought about uploading it. I want to look and see. I want to see what music hasn't been uploaded to YouTube. And I might just upload it for anybody that's interested. Because I know that some of it isn't available for people. So I want to make sure that like everybody can have that. So if it's not available on YouTube, I've thought about just uploading that in bulk and just like letting it sit there. That's why no one mind it. I didn't even mind it, bro. I literally recorded it in game. I sat there and I had to keep the boss alive for 4.5 minutes. I had to literally dodge the boss, and I used the dual swords so I could land the perfect parries, but there was no game audio. It was just music. And I would just have to stand there, and I would dodge the boss for like 5 minutes with the first phase, and then I would get them to second phase, and I would keep them there, and I would dodge them for 5 minutes there, and then I just had 5 straight minutes of unbroken soundtrack, and then I would just go into Premiere or Audition and then edit that and change the audio levels and stuff. So I have all that music. I've thought about uploading it, just putting, you know, whatever title screen behind it. But yeah, final mission, 832. This is 3 bosses. I don't know what they are. I forgot already. Oh shit. This guy could potentially reduce our skill level like crazy. So we got to be a little bit dangerous. Our power level, excuse me. Let's see if I can proc fire on him right away. Nice. Okay, that's good. I'm going to hit the deity a little bit more often. Nice. We can hit this for a lot of damage. And it shoots out way out front, so there are certain moments where you won't land it properly. But you can see I can kind of land this at a great distance. Nice. Oh, yeah. and then he's gonna do that. So you can see he like attaches it to his feet. This guy's savage. This guy's a monster. He's crazy. He's way too scary. Like, all of the human boss fights in the DLC are just so much scarier, and they're way more intimidating. Like, you really have to be prepared for it. And I think that's what I love, is like the DLC presents you with these like absurdly hard boss fights the first time you attempt them. And it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, you can see the range. I think that's part of why the whips don't have like the craziest abilities, because this is really crazy range. This is a lot of range. I think I can do this and get some pace. Nice, easy. He's gonna do another attack though. Yes, perfect. Oh, he's gonna do another attack. He did 3, so he was a little bit greedy that time around. But I think that attack may be a special attack that isn't counted towards the cap of the number of martial arts that he can use. Oh, that was out of range. Oh, embarrassing. 56. Oh. Chat, I'm feeling it. This guy is scary as the first enemy, but I think I can survive. So this is actually like worst case scenario. Oh, he's going to deflect. See, he deflected me, and then he's going to guarantee reduce my power level. So if he deflects me, so in second phase, he's just spamming martial arts. You can see it. That's all he's doing, is just spamming a bunch of martial arts. So he becomes way scarier in the second phase. Obviously, you just need to land a single skill on him, but it does make the final stage a little bit more difficult, which I think is good, because all the other stages before it are a little bit easy. Okay, nice and easy. Good shot. Okay, perfect. I can probably hit this as well. Easy dodge. Okay, so you have to be a little bit... So I will say, you're going to be super aggressive for a lot of bosses, but then eventually, for the hardest ones, you have to be perfect. You have to be perfectly neutral, not aggressive, not passive. You're basically standing your ground. You're incentivizing the parries. You're trying to bait them out. You're looking for them to do those special abilities, because they're using their special abilities so often that it's just way too dangerous to be aggressive. I got grabbed by the easiest special attack in the entire game. I'm so embarrassed. This lady is a joke. This lady is like... There's like a lot of bosses that honestly are pretty easy to fight. Oh, God. You know, what do I say, man? It happens. Alright, chillin'. Nice. Alright. I mean, dude. I feel like part of... I don't know. I want to show off Stranger of Paradise. You're going to see it with Stranger of Paradise as well. Mandatory Snake Lady enemy. Yup. Well said. Well said. So you said you get, like, boss moves, right? Yeah, yeah. So, you know, human enemies, their signature move will be on their signature weapon. But you're not really going to have access to that for the most part, because you need that grace slot. But sometimes what you can do is you can sacrifice that grace slot and then use, like, a signature weapon and get access to their signature ability. But for the most part, I don't really use it. I've cheated myself into using them. But yeah. So I don't have a signature ability on the whip, but if you saw the greatsword, there was like that ability where I slammed it into the ground and it like spun around. Yeah, so if you... I'll call it out. So when Dong Zhuo does the signature move, I'll call it out. But this guy's kind of easy. But that actually takes quite a while to build up, which is, you know, weird to think about, but that's important to understand. So let's see if he does it. So his signature move is like he jumps up and throws his weapon down, and then that's the move that you're going to get access to if you use his weapon, which is like Triumphant Glory or something. I forget what it's called. But I think he does it in second phase only. Chillin'. Okay, safe. Proc this. Alright, gaming. Nice and easy. Okay, do it. But yeah, he's pretty easy. Oh, yeah. I do like it. Like, he's scary at first. Oh, that's a move I could have dodged. So you don't get access to that move. I don't think you ever get to use that move on the glaive. There's a similar move on the sword, but it's definitely different. Oh, come on. You're not going to do the... it's called Soaring Ursine, I think. Do it once. Alright, chat. You can see, I do enjoy, like, sometimes I bait them out a little too much, and I'm a little too passive when you shouldn't really be. Like, you should be trying to kill them. But especially, like, dude, when I had to, like, record the soundtrack for some of these bosses, oh my god, man. Alright. There it is. There's Soaring Ursine. So he jumps up and then throws it down, and it's pretty strong, but it's not super hard to dodge. Alright, nice and easy. Chillin'. Just proc all the status on him. Nice. That should be the end. Close. Alright, we can spam this move. I just love it. This move is so sick. It just proportionally does so much damage. It is a little bit risky at times, but I don't think it's too crazy. Nice. Perfect. Nice. There you go. All right. Woof. It was kind of perfect timing, honestly. So, yeah, I mean, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. So that was 10 rounds with Wolong. And yeah, I think a lot of what I love about this game is that it does build on the formula. You know, it's built on Stranger of Paradise. So Stranger of Paradise was released between Nioh 2 and Wolong, and it has more in-depth mechanic. It has a parry mechanic. It doesn't work the same way. It's way more aggressive. It's way scarier. But that's a game that I really enjoy as well. I'm going to be showing that off next week. So we're going to do an hour and a half, an hour 40 minutes with Stranger of Paradise. You're going to get to see the ins and outs of how these games are different. Obviously, this one has a jump mechanic. This one has a deflect, a straight up deflect. So it really has a cool system. It is very complex, and that's what I want you guys to understand, is that it's going to incentivize you to take some time, learn the mechanics, practice them, get very comfortable with what you know, fundamentals type of stuff. And then once you're good, you know, you've got your parries down, then you can start maximizing on your elements, and it gets more and more complex the more you play. And it really does play unlike anything I've ever done. So I want to play more of this. I have such a good time with it that, like, I really can't stop playing it. Like, I have fucking, 460 hours in it? Here, let me scroll down. 491 hours in Wolong. So this is a game that I have played for such a long time, even though it's pretty new. It came out in like 2023. But yeah, I am a huge fan of Nioh 2, of Team Ninja. And yeah, I mean, what I'll say at the end, if you are watching on YouTube, if you watched to the very end and you enjoyed this just like straight gameplay, thank you so much. And yeah, a like is very much appreciated. It does help out the algorithm. I also have a primary crux video that's up if you are watching this soon after. It went up on Friday, February 7th. So that is the last in the like weapon arcane series. Thanks for the gameplay. Gotta eat. Good night. Appreciate it. Yeah, Marissa. Appreciate you stopping by. That's what I was hoping for, but that's all I got for it. Yeah, so primary crux is my last video in the weapon arcane series. So from now on, you're gonna see. My goal is that they're all 3 minutes long. I want them to all be YouTube shorts. They don't really make me a lot of money. Like, they don't have good ad revenue. I've looked at how much ad revenue they make, but I do think they're better served to be shorter. And then potentially if I need to make a video longer, then it'll be about 8.5 minutes. It shouldn't be any longer. So I really want to make sure that I can fit a lot of content in a short amount of time. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Excuse me. Sorry for all the burps. I'm out of